Welcome to the Scoop with Dukes. I'm your host, Philip Dukes, aka DukesTheScoop. Check me out on Twitter and Instagram at DukesTheScoop. And please be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. If you have not become a subscriber, go to the description, scroll down, and you will see a link to become a subscriber of the channel. We greatly appreciate it. This is a Shadur, you name it, Scoop. This is really about Shadur though. And so yesterday, it was kind of CU scoop, Shedeur scoop, Cleveland Brown scoop. It got a lot going on in this video. So I wanted to make a video to talk about. So yesterday in the press conference, if you were watching live on the morning run with me and my brothers, Uncle Neely and Big Dog Chico on the pregame network, you saw Coach Prime was very lively yesterday. At the end of the press conference, he announced that he was having a procedure done. Shout out to my boy Pac-Man Jones, man. Pac was out there and showing support. You saw the pictures from the hospital, and Pac actually popped up in the press conference. That was pretty cool, right? But you, Coach Prime was feeling it yesterday. Anytime you hear Coach Prime say, "I got time today," grab your popcorn. Now, I'm pretty sure that he wasn't planning on answering any questions about the Cleveland Browns or Shedeur Sanders. But even as we were doing the show, a text came through. We saw it on the screen. The chat was like, "Hey, Joe Flacco got traded." So everybody's thinking automatically great for Shadur. Everybody's thinking that. Great for Shadur. Oh man, they traded Joe Flacco. Shadur automatically moves up to number 2. But Coach Prime didn't seem to be too enthused about the whole ordeal or the Cleveland Browns organization as a whole. So what we'll do right quick is let's check out what Coach Prime had to say about the Cleveland Browns. Or let's just hear about what he had to say when he heard that there was a trade. So we're going to pull that up right quick. And this is live from his press conference yesterday. We're going to go to Twitter. Let's check this out.
The Browns traded away Joe Flacco.
Yeah, I got
to
that text
Cincinnati.
during practice.
I was just wondering
I
what your
don't
reaction
care.
is.
I don't give a damn about the Browns at all. I care about the Colorado Buffaloes. I do love me some Shedeur Sanders, don't believe that. I care about him. The rest of that mess, I don't.
The Browns traded away Joe Flacco.
Yeah,
One more
I
time.
got that text
Cincinnati.
during practice.
I was just wondering
I
what your
don't
reaction
care.
is.
I don't give a damn about the Browns at all. I care about the Colorado Buffaloes. I do love me some Shedeur Sanders, don't believe that. I care about him. The rest of that mess, I don't.
The Browns.
Well. Now, yesterday on the morning run, I said, "Well, Coach Prime, hey, this press conference gave ESPN a week worth of quotes. Hey, you want some clicks? Here it is, buddy." And okay, cool. So we see that we saw that so we saw Coach Prime be asked about the trade, and you know, it was seen. Most people were excited. Most Shedeur fans were excited. Like, okay, he automatically moves to number 2. Coach Prime didn't seem to be too happy with the Browns as a whole. It was like, man, I don't care nothing about that. Coach Prime, when Coach Prime goes, I don't give a darn. That really means I don't give a, not even a D. That's in our terms, man. I don't give a. That's what that is. When he says darn. But you know, good Christian man, he ain't doing that. Shout out to Coach Prime. That's my dog. Hey, and speedy recovery to Coach Prime too. But 9 times out of 10, I would be thinking, why say that, right? But one thing I've learned about Coach Prime is there's a method to all what people seem to think is madness a lot of times. Very complex individual, and usually thinking ahead. So I believe Coach Prime may have had some I know he has some knowledge that the public doesn't know for him to answer like that. I can 1000% bet that he has some knowledge that the public does not know that made him respond like that. Now, I love the way he said, "Hey, you know, my focus is the Colorado Buffaloes," right? Cool. So why would Coach Prime respond this way? Ken Carman, 92-3 in Cleveland, 15-year veteran. I think he started in 2011 on the radio. He does the nighttime news, sports anchor at night, Fox 8. He does everything. Shout out to Ken Carman. Ken Carman's one of those guys up in Cleveland. Knows a lot. He's been there. He has some really, really interesting quotes about his perspective on how Coach Prime responded and what he said. Let's pull up Mr. Carman. Shout out to Ken Carman. Let's pull this up. See if I can find it right here. All right, we in business. Let's pull this up. And we are off. Boom. Ken Carman.
You think he's done with the Browns? And I go, you know what? If I were Coach Prime and he was my son, yeah. Now, you could say, well, this is what you wanted. You wanted a chance to play. Yeah, he'll get a chance to play soon. But you had your two guys that you signed first. They're gone. You spent training camp having my son throw to guys who were ball boys, and then he's getting extra reps and God knows what. And it's not about, like, again, I do believe that they will put Bailey Zappi in as backup quarterback, and that's going to get everybody upset.
Whoa.
It's not something I like saying. It's something I believe they're going to do.
Whoa, let's go back.
It's not something I like saying. It's something I believe Zappi in as backup. I believe that they will put, and it's not about, like, again, I do believe that they will put Bailey Zappi in as backup quarterback, and that's going to get every
bombshell. I'm not saying that Mr. Carman knows everything. I'm not saying that he is the decision maker for the Cleveland Browns, but he has reason to believe what he's saying. You take this that's come out today and add that with Coach Prime's response yesterday, it makes sense. But he's really cooking right now. So I'm gonna continue to let him cook. Let's go back.
Everybody upset. It's not something I like saying. It's something I believe they're going to do. But if you don't do that, you're now going to put him in a position where he's got to run an offense that he's not accustomed to, and now he hasn't had the practice of doing so. So your preseason, your training camp was a mess, or it's become a mess because of what you've done now during the year. And now you're putting my son at a disadvantage. That's what I would believe if I were Deion Sanders, because I'm not Shedeur Sanders' dad. I'm an observer. Do you believe that they put Shedeur Sanders in a place to succeed so far? No. So obviously, if I were Deion and he was my son, I'd be pretty upset. Yeah, because you want to go to a place that, yes, you can play early. Okay. But you still want to be able to trust the people that were there. And in April, hey, I know what Browns fans thought of Kevin Stefanski, but a lot of people around the league and a lot of people around the game of football trusted Kevin Stefanski. Now, that's changing, and we'll have some audio coming up from Bruce Arians later on in the show. But at that time, you wanted to trust it, and here you are. All the things that you hear about the Cleveland Browns, if you're Deion Sanders, all the things you may have known about the Cleveland Browns if you're Deion Sanders back when you were on NFL Network, are coming to fruition. It's like,
wow. So this is what I think. Coach, everything Ken Carman just said is what a lot of people have been thinking and expressing. I want to shout Ken Carman out. I don't know what his other takes have been, if he's had some other takes that may have not have been as favorable. I don't know. I'm basing this based off this take. At face value. He literally broke down why Coach Prime would respond like that, and probably why he should respond like that. When you're Coach Prime and you're Deion Sanders, you're Coach Prime now, formerly Deion Sanders. People are going to poke holes in a lot of things you do, but this is dad. No, Coach Prime has a ton of roles, but they asked him about his son, so he answered as dad in the moment, and that's fair. and answering as dad in that moment, he gave a response that was true to him and true to his fatherhood. I don't give a darn about the Cleveland Browns, but I do love me some Shedeur Sanders, but I don't care nothing about that mess, right? It was very interesting to me that Ken Carman used the same word, mess. It has been a mess. The handling of Shedeur Sanders has been a mess when it comes to the Cleveland Browns organization. So much so that a veteran of Cleveland media who is well respected enough that you can hear him in the morning and see him at night in Cleveland. Ken Carman believes that Bailey Zappi, the practice squad quarterback, will be elevated to the 2 role because Shadur hasn't been given practice time during the season. You just heard him. Maybe I'm misinterpreting it wrong. Maybe I'm misinterpreting it. Maybe I'm interpreting wrong. But I think my ears work fine. Coach Prime wasn't wrong. Coach Prime was low-key foreshadowing. Now, Cleveland has a chance to make this right. And this whole time, you guys know, if you follow me, you know I've been like, oh, it's going to work out, it's going to work out, it's going to work out, it's going to work out. God got him. This is something bigger than that, right? And, you know, I took a little bit of a risk saying that, but I felt it. I'm like, you know what? This ain't that. And I literally talked to Coach Prime about the draft. I remember what he said. I remember what he told me. Now, mind you, during this time, Coach Prime was dealing with a cancer diagnosis. I don't know if he had already had the surgery or not. I do know he took time, reached out, did our 6 to 8 week thing that we do or whatever. He'll hit me, hey, Dukes, you good? Whoop, whoop. Hey, this is what you need to be doing. Hey, I like when you did this. I don't like you did this. This is how this need to go. From a media and a big brother like mentorship thing, like, hey, I like when you do this. Okay, cool. That's what we do. We talk about the draft. He literally says, God got him. It wasn't right, but God's got him. So, you know, it's cool. It's gonna be all right. God's got him. I know he still believes that. He still believes his son will prevail, but that doesn't mean he has to love the handling. Like, just because the weapon won't prosper don't mean you got to love the weapon. And I think that's where Coach Prime was in that moment. Let me give you that again. Just because. So when we talk about Coach Prime saying he don't give a darn about the Browns, and conversely, with his faith and him knowing that God got Shadur and God has him, both of those things can be true. Because just because the weapon is formed, and just because the weapon won't prosper, because you got faith, you know the weapon won't prosper, don't mean you got to love the weapon. All right? So that's where we are. And shout out to Ken Carman for breaking it down the way he did. So you drop what you think in the chat. Do you think that Shedeur Sanders will remain quarterback 3 even though they traded Joe Flacco? Do you think that that's what the plan is in Cleveland? To be completely honest, I wouldn't, with how they've handled this, I wouldn't be surprised. And if Bailey Zappi goes to 2, how do you get Shadur snaps? How do you get him snaps? If you still move into 2 and he couldn't get snaps before because he wasn't 2, when do you get him the snaps? Is all I'm saying. I haven't been saying this yet, but is it time to start the free Shadur movement? Or could we all be wrong and Cleveland get this right for once? It remains to be seen. I'll be looking closely. I think their practice report out of Cleveland today is going to be something that's going to be hot. It's going to be a hot ticket on in social media and in the football world. So we'll be paying attention closely. Hey, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, man. I appreciate your time. DukesTheScoop on Twitter and Instagram. Is it time to free Shadur? Who knows? All right, man. That's my time. I'm out.